Welcome again to another episode of the WSXM podcast. As always, I don't know my slogan: tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We don't know how that works. It helps with the channel to grow and also the algorithm for the video to go out to the masses. So anyway, tonight's video is about Turkey and America split because America has been trying to pressure Turkey into allow Sweden and Finland in NATO, and they are the ones who have to okay Sweden. I think for Sweden to join, and Turkey still is a friend to Russia, so it's a back and forth. So let's find out what America is doing to push Turkey into this to agree with them. So anyway, let's listen to what the Interior Minister of Turkey is saying. He's speaking in his native tongue. So let's read the subtitle so you can understand what he's saying, and I'll explain it after. Boom.
Türkiye'ye gelen her Amerikan büyükelçisi ben Türkiye'de nasıl darbe yaparım, darbe yaptırım telaşı içerisindedir. Evet. Türkiye'nin temel bir talihsizliğidir. Her Amerikan büyükelçisinin Türkiye'de acaba ben ne yaparım, ne yaptırırım? Ve Türkiye'ye nasıl zarar veririm? Babalarıma nasıl yaranırım? Dertleri budur. Bütün Türkiye'nin yıllardan beri en önemli talihsizliklerinden bir tanesi budur. Hep de bu olmuştur. Diğer büyükelçileri toplar, fıs 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 fıs. Onlara akıl vermeye çalışır. Avrupa'da da aynısını yapıyorlar ya. Onlar idare ediyorlar Avrupa'yı, Amerikan büyükelçileri. Avrupalılar üzülmez bu söze, merak etmeyin. Onlar gerçeklerin ne olduğunu biliyorlar. Hakikaten biliyorlar yani. Otururlar, dizayn ederler. Türkiye'de dizayn edebileceklerini zannediyorlardı ama bir adam oyunlarını bozdu Recep Tayyip Erdoğan. Bozuyor. Hakikaten. Onlar Türkiye'de böyle zannediyorlardı. Oturacaklar, fıs fıs oyun kuracaklar, tezgah kuracaklar. Amerikan Büyükelçisi'ne buradan söylüyorum. Hangi gazetecileri yazı yazdırdığını biliyorum. Pis ellerini Türkiye'nin üzerinden çek. Çok net. Pis ellerini Türkiye'nin üzerinden çek. Neleri yaptırdığınızı, hangi adımları attırdığınızı, Türkiye'yi nasıl karıştırmak istediğinizi net bir şekilde biliyoruz. O pis ellerinizi, o maskeli, sırtan yüzlerinizi Türkiye'nin üzerinden çekiniz. Bu kadar açık.
So there you see as I'm just summarize it real quick. He's basically saying that the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador, they go around the world instigating coups, and they're actually good at it because they are perfected it over the years. Because they have made a few coups, especially in Africa. And what he's saying that they try to do the same thing in Turkey currently. So he's telling America, yes, we know what you're doing. We see what you're doing. We know the reporters you're using to write stories. We know you're trying to destabilize the country, and we have proof. So he's basically telling them, take your hands off Turkey or out of Turkey. Yeah, he said the dirty hands, to be specific. So because American hands is not clean when it comes to the allies globally. Because they just have a major leak recently again, spying on the allies, and again trying to pressure Turkey into accepting for Sweden to get accepted into NATO. Anyway, but before I finish, listen to what the president said. Let's put this up. So here he's saying, let me just run through it quick and fast for you. Let's start here. Where he's saying, what is Joe Biden's envoy, Jeffrey Flake, doing? He goes and meets with Mr. Kamala, I can't pronounce his last name, the presidential candidate from the main opposition Republican parties, People's Party. Shame on you. Use your brain. You are an ambassador. You're an, what's that? Intellector? I don't know what that is. Here is the president. How will you ask for a meeting with the president after this? Good question. Our doors are closed for the U.S. envoy to Ankara. Why? Let him know his limit. That's a funny in the sentence. Let him know his limit. Let he know his limit is what they should actually have written. But anyway, let's continue. We need to teach Americans a lesson in these elections. Joe Biden is speaking from there. What his ambassador is doing here. So that's a good question as well. And in here he said the alleged interference by Biden comes amid the US-Turkey tussle over NATO expansion. As I said earlier, that's the main reason why they're trying to destabilize Turkey currently. But it's not going to work because they find out all the instigators, and they found out all the players, and they basically tell them leave the country. And they said doors are closed to the Americans. So that's mean no ambassadors, no embassy, no Secretary of State, no nothing. They don't want to have no conversation with no American. Period. And a couple years ago, Turkey would never talk to the Americans like this. But because of the pushback that's going on globally, Saudi Arabia split with America. I hear Israel there's some mumbling going around with Israel trying to split as well. You have Mexico. Who else? I can't think off the top of my head. I know a few countries. Brazil just signed a deal with China. Okay, let's go through it. Brazil, you have 18 countries recently signed deals with India to trade in rupees and in their own currency. Same thing with China. They just signed deals with Russia, Brazil, I think Kenya. Most African countries, they're accepting their local currency in the yen. So this is what's happening now. Most countries is no longer forced to have US in reserve, which means for any country to trade with America or to trade with Saudi Arabia for oil or whatever, you have to have at least 60 to 80% of US reserve they're gonna hold on to before you can start a trade, because just in case your debts get overwhelming, they can take that money, and then you have to still have to pay them back interest. So most countries no longer have to keep these bulk of US dollars in reserve, because I know for a fact Kenya have to keep in reserve over 500 million per month in reserve before they can buy the oil, which they have to use. But now they can use their own currency, or the rupee, or the yen, or even gold, to trade with Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Russia. So this is what causing America now to lose that grip, that firm grip they had on the world, where they can push around any country, anywhere, anytime. Especially the ambassadors, because they're the ones who are always all over the world, carrying out the president's wishes. Well, except Russia, China, and North Korea. Those countries that America could never push around. But other countries, especially Africa, the African continent, they have been bullying the African continent for centuries, robbing them. South America as well, from Venezuela to Brazil to Colombia, all the South American countries. They sanction them heavily because right now Venezuela is destabilized and is one of the poorest countries in South America. One of, not the poorest. Just like and Colombia, they have, even though they have oil, they still have this instability, and the money is worth nothing, basically. So this is what the world is changing now, and as I've been seeing the dollarization going on, and I have a few, when I watch the comment, you have a few Americans saying, oh, that will never happen, and the American money is strong, but they are sheltered for centuries. They don't know what it is like out there in the world, but they just go to countries and visit and then say, oh, this country is this and this country. But now they're gonna feel what it's like when the money don't have that strength and that power it have, where you cannot just throw your money around and in people's faces, especially the citizens. They love to do that when they travel, as if they're untouchable. But now, with over 18 countries trading in their own currency, with India and with China, it's becoming more. There's more pushback now going on America, and they don't have that iron fist anymore. That sledgehammer they used to have. You know, it's downgraded now to a normal hammer. So, as in the sense of I'm just making a comparison. And how from a sledgehammer to a hammer, they are dropping in the world rank. because they are more focusing on transgender and what and a man is a woman and all of that. So they're not focusing on what matters in the world. Like if they go to Africa, they wanna lecture Africans or give them money for human rights. Like they did recently in Zimbabwe when they and Tanzania and Ghana when they went, they give 60 million only for human rights, but they didn't come with no aid for no help in the military, strengthening the military wise, or any um any infrastructure work or nothing, any trade deals, nothing like that. It's just all about human rights, gays, homosexuality. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you get some news and learn something as always. That's the goal, to bring things to the masses. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this and about Turkey pushing back on the Americans. So I don't know. Anyway, you don't know. Peace. One love. Boom.